Hey everybody, welcome to Lee County Schools. I'm Chef Jason Haywood, and today we're going to demonstrate how we make our homemade rolls from scratch. So stick with us for just a second and we'll get everything rolling. All right, in this bowl, y'all, I have 8 pounds of flour. It is 6 pounds of whole wheat flour and 2 pounds of bread flour. In this cup, I have 1 cup of yeast, 1/4 of a cup of salt, 1 1/2 cups of dry milk, and 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Now I have washed my hands really good, I promise, but I'm going to mix this up. Now the reason I'm not wearing gloves is when you're baking, it is very hard to wear gloves when you're mixing in this dough because this dough will pull those gloves off in a heartbeat. So I never wear gloves when I'm baking. But just be sure you're washing your hands real good. Okay, after you get this mixed together really good, we're going to bring it over to our mixer and start over here. All right, we're going to take our big mixer now and we're going to pour this dry ingredients right in. And guys, this is going to make 100 rolls. We're not doing this for a whole lot, but we're going to do it for about 100. And after you get through the cloud of dust, we're going to start adding our wet ingredients. Have 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. I'm going to pour in there and I'm going to get this mixer started. And we're just going to start getting that oil mixed into that flour just a little bit. Now right here, guys, this is where you're going to have to really pay attention to what you're doing because there's no certain amount that you're going to put in here. It just says on the recipe, hot, warm water is needed. Now what you don't want your water really hot because if it's too hot, it's going to kill your yeast. If it's not hot enough, your yeast isn't going to work and it's not going to rise. So what you want to do is have it about like a good bath water where you can stick it under your hand under it and it's really warm. So I'm going to pour a little water in here. I have 3 quarts of water in here and I'll try to tell you how much I add to this. You just have to eyeball it. I pour and then I let it mix a little bit. What you want it to do, you want the dough to come together and form a ball. Now you don't want it to be too tight. You want it to still be a little bit loose, but you don't want it to be soupy, if that makes sense. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And this is going to sit and knead in this bowl, y'all, for about 5 or 10 minutes, so till it gets elastic, where there's no stringiness left to it. It's going to be just a clump, a good ball. So we'll let this mix away. All right, guys, you see the dough is getting to where we want it. But what I'm going to do is just take our little scraper and just make sure the sides are scraped down real good. You don't want any loose dough or flour up on the sides. All righty, and we're going to let it go a little bit longer. All right, y'all. This has mixed until it's become elastic. If you can see that, it's still a little sticky. And I know sometimes people will tell you to let it be completely dry where it's not sticking to your finger at all. But I find that if you do that, it's harder to roll out and they don't rise as good. So I let mine still be a little damp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this bowl, I'm going to scrape it down and spray it and put it by the oven and let it rise for about 20-25 minutes. And then we'll come back and start making the rolls. All right, y'all. I got my dough right here. I'm going to scrape it down again, get everything off the sides. Okay. And now I'm just going to take some cooking spray and spray the walls of this mixer really good because you don't want this dough sticking as it rises. And I'm going to spray the top of the dough real good. Just get it good and coated in there. And now I'm going to put a lid on the bowl, and I'm going to move it right here by the ovens. Now the ovens are on 350, so that's going to have some heat coming out, and it's going to help it to rise. So give us about 20-25 minutes, and we'll come back and we should have our dough rolls. Okay, y'all, on our rolls, you see that the dough has doubled in size and risen really, really good. So I'm going to move it away from the ovens. And now we're going to get our table ready and our pans ready to roll them out and make our rolls. Okay, y'all, I'm just lightly spraying my pans right now. You don't have to do this real heavy. We have the cake pans that we cook our rolls in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flour my table really good. Now a lot of people can do this with just a little bit of flour. I'm not one of them people. I have to have a good bit down here because I do not want this to stick. Now what you want to do, guys, you want to get out just enough, just what your hands can handle. You don't want to get too much because you don't want it to be too much for you to work. Okay, so I'm going to get about that much. And like I said, however much you're comfortable with, that's what you get out. And see how that's still sticky, y'all? Don't let it be so dry that it doesn't even stick to your hands, because that's going to make this super hard to roll out. Not going to do a lot of kneading to it because we did that in the mixer. So I'm just going to get this in a ball. And you're going to take your rolling pin. Get it floured up real good too. And toss a little flour on top of your dough. We're going to roll this out to about 2/3 of an inch thick. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it real thick either, because the thicker you get it, the less rolls you're going to get. And this is right at about where I want mine. Okay, now a lot of people don't have these. If you can get this hex cutter, we got ours from Mobile Fixtures. These things are a lifesaver. But if you don't have one, you can get the regular 1 biscuit cutter that's going to give you a 2-ounce roll. I'm going to flour this up a little bit. And this point right here, y'all, you want to get as close to the edge as you can, because you don't want any, you want to use all your dough that you can use. And get as close to them again when you're coming back through, so that all your rolls are like side by side. And you want to press down on this cutter so that they come completely apart. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these in my pan, and you want them to touch. When they're touching each other, they help one another rise up. And I get 6 across and probably about 9 down. All right, y'all, we got our rolls on our pan. We're going to take them here to our proofing cabinet. And I'm just going to stick it in there. And this proofing cabinet is set on about 140 degrees, and the moisture is set on a 5. So it's going to depend on which kind of cabinet you have. And this is going to stay in here about 15 to 20 minutes, and we're just going to let them rise. All righty, y'all, our rolls have risen for about 20 minutes. And do you see how tall they got? You don't want them any taller than that. You don't want them coming up out of the pan, because if they do, when you put them in the oven, that the air in the oven is going to make them deflate and fall. So you want them about like this right here, still have a little texture to them. Alrighty, we're just gonna pop these in the oven and let them cook on 350 for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on them because everybody's oven cooks differently. So that's all we gotta do. All right, y'all, our rolls cooked for about 18 minutes and you see they're good and brown, but do you see the loose flour on top? Fixing to show you what to do about that. Okay, right here I have 1 quart of very warm water and something all of us probably have, butter buds, 1 packet. Open your butter buds and dump that in to that warm water and just give it a good whisk. Okay, and now we're just going to simply butter our rolls. And that just knocks that loose flour off the top of them, makes them look pretty. And guys, if you want to, in this, on days that we have like spaghetti or beefaroni or chicken Alfredo, we will mix in just a little bit, maybe a half a packet of the dry ranch seasoning that you make your dressing with. We'll mix that in here and brush it on top, and it gives it like a garlic flavor, or you can just use garlic powder. And there we are. That's our rolls. Crystal is going to get one of these rolls. They are really, really hot, so you do need to let them cool a little bit, but she couldn't wait.
This is one of the rolls from the middle. Very good and
very fluffy, very moist, tender. So I think that's a win, y'all.